welcome. Today I have another art journal flip through of an art journal that I just finished, and I'm so excited because as I've mentioned in previous videos, I hardly ever finish a journal because I have so many. So this one is, if you watched a previous video of mine, is a larger version of the previous art journal I shared. It's a Strathmore journal with mixed media paper. So I covered the front with some tissue paper, and then I darkened it with some brown paint. I didn't plan on it being that dark, but I like it, so, and then I of course put that on there. So I'm just going to flip through and just maybe comment a little bit here and there on some of the pages. I hadn't planned on this being a spread exactly, the interior page, but I had this picture on my desk and I thought it was cute and worked right here, so I added that. This is a page I made with paints, of course, and some rice paper, some pretty rice paper I had with balloons. And this is a page with some collage and paints in the background, and this is a stencil. This is all from a stencil. This is quite an ugly page, I think, but I made it on a day where I was upset or about something, and I honestly can't even remember what it was, but it kind of reflects my mood of that day. So this is a page I made with a stamped image on tissue paper. This is a background that I just loved, and I thought about doing something on top of it, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. And usually I don't have a problem covering things up, but I just really didn't want to cover up this background, so I'm going to leave it like this, and someday I might come back to it and add maybe like a focal image or something. But you know, it's fine. I think it's fine to leave pages like this with a nice background that you really like. Makes me happy to look at it. This is a page I made in honor of my mom. That's a beautiful picture I have, a copy of a picture of her back in the 1950s. And I love that photo. I don't have a lot of pictures of her, so that's one of my favorites. This is an interesting page, I'll say. I made the background. I didn't love it. And then I had made this piece right here. It's a separate piece that I glued in on top of this. I made this in a class, an art journaling class. And so I thought, well, they kind of go together, so I'm going to add that in there. This is a page I recently did, a spread. It says there was no doubt at all that it was home. And I really like the way it turned out. I have some fibers, some collaging, a little bit of stitching here. This is also a kind of a different page for me. It was part of a class I did, and I had these flowers, and I decided to use them in the spread with the butterfly, which is a stencil. And this is a magazine image I cut out. This one is also very different. I was inspired by someone else's art journal spread that was kind of similar and used bright colors. I like to use bright colors now and then because I'm not great at it, but I want to keep trying it, and from time to time things really work out. Like this one, I think is really nice. I love it. And then this one, just a little bit different, trying to leave some white space. I like this one okay. I really dislike this one. I think it's probably my least favorite spread. It's just kind of disjointed, and this is one I would probably, in the past, I would have tried to redo the whole thing. And maybe someday I will go back and rework it. Never know. So this is one I really like. I used to really, when I first started doing mixed media, I thought I wanted to do these kind of pages. I think it's called assemblage with, you know, pieces and layering. And I really like the way this turned out, but I'm not as interested in doing that anymore. this says, enjoy the little things in life, or one day you may look back and realize they were the big things. This is a page I did recently. I really didn't like it. It has a bunch of layers on it. I finally got it to the point where I like it. It's not one of my favorites, but I like it. This is one of my favorites in this book. I wanted to try these colors, black, off-white, and this, what do you call that color? Like a brass color? Copper, that's it. And yeah, I really like the way this one turned out too. It's dark, but that's what I was aiming to use a lot of black. This was a page that I started just putting extra paints and just putting extra paints on it. And so then when I was trying to figure out what to do with it, I used a stencil to put these yellow pieces, and then I outlined them in a pencil, and I have put these these are parts of a gel print that I made. And I really liked the way it looked, and I thought, you know, I found this car and I thought, this is a cute page. I like it. The journey is the destination. This is one I made a long time ago. I think this was maybe inspired by a class. I don't know. It's an older one. And I like this grungy look. And then this one again is just trying new things, leaving the white space and all that. I'm not in love with the colors, but it came out okay. And I think one of my words fell off here. It says, you make life beautiful, heart and soul, family. It was a theme inspired, a spread inspired by family. And then this is just a, I don't know what kind of page, simple. This is actually a master board that I made quite a long time ago, and I had made copies of it for my personal use. And so I just decided to glue that into my journal. And then I had this gel print that I made, and some book pages. This pretty rose I thought kind of complemented the colors and the feel of the spread. Go where your heart takes you. And then this is another one of my favorites, actually, with this beautiful flower sticker. And then I did some modeling paste and just put a bunch of colors in the background of some crackle paste too. I decided to use crackle paste because I hadn't used it in a long time. And it says Dance in the Rain. This is the wording that was with this flower sticker, and I thought I would just put it there. And then this is a pretty page with some modeling paste through a stencil, and then this is tissue paper. Oh, collect beautiful moments, if you can't read it. This is kind of a mishmashy page, I don't know, but I really like it too. It got a little messed up here with my paint. I think I closed the book too soon or something like that, but I really like it. I thought I might do something else with it. I decided to just leave it and add some words that say, solid and tall, she appeared settled and calm. So I thought those found words were perfect for that. This was a page, I believe I did this in response to a prompt or a challenge online thing, but I can't even remember, to be honest. So I just stenciled on, what is this? Tissue paper, I guess, that I colored brown. And then this wording says, when one door closes, another one opens. When one door opens, an adventure begins. And then this one is also modeling paste on the edges. A lot of collaging of papers, as you can see in the middle, and it says, today will be a new journey. This is another one that I don't hate it, but I don't love it either. I don't know, maybe green is not my favorite color, but it is some collaging, some stenciling. This was a little image I had from something. She wouldn't give up as long as there was any hope. I just added that on there. And another page I believe I did in response to a prompt or challenge. And I actually had this background already made, and I also made a copy of it and attached it to this book. And then I added a few those little 3D dots that I can't remember the name of them. I added on there, and I think I might have added this off-white stenciling. I put the stencil back on top and did that. And then I made this image with the woman, a little bit of tatting here, wearing her invisible crown. And then I love this page because, as I said before, I often try to use bright colors and they don't come out right. I mean, I don't like the way they look sometimes. And I don't feel comfortable using bright colors. So this one, it just turned out. I thought it came out really nice. I love it. It makes me happy to look at it. And it says, look on the bright side. And another one with some color, a little bit muted color, but I really like the way this one turned out too. And this was in response to a very recent challenge on Instagram, and the prompts were to use a bear, a fish, wildflowers, and raindrops. So it's kind of a different sort of spread, but not my favorite, but I don't hate it. I had thought about outlining all the raindrops in white, which I think would look good, and I'll probably go back and do that, but it just made me tired thinking about doing all that. It probably wouldn't take that long, but anyway. Another one where I tried to use bright colors. You can see the pink and purple in the background. I hated it when I started out the pink and purple. I don't know, it just didn't look good to me, so I muted it a lot, as you can see. Not one of my favorites, but you know, it's okay. I didn't even add any words, I just realized to it. But it's okay like this. I think I might go back and add some words. And that's the last page. I had put extra paints on here, and then I did the white stenciling on there, and I thought that looked nice enough. This is the last page, and I don't, with these two particular journals, I just felt like it didn't really need to be a full page or spread in my journal to finish up this last, like it's like an end page. But I found this book with this beautiful poem, A Song of the Moments and the Flowers, and I thought, and it fit my journal perfectly, as you can see, so I glued that in, and I thought that was a nice ending. So that's my journal. I hope you enjoyed it. I actually have one more that I think I'm going to record soon, because it's one I finished a while ago, but I really like it, and it's a little bit different. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.